So today I started to do some of the wall insulation using the earth wall 100mm, nice thick stuff. I was going to use the recycled plastic, but then realised that this has slightly better thermal qualities, and considering we're using so much of it, decided to go with this because it would make a little bit of difference, not loads, but it's itchy so beware. I'm going to use a PIR board for this big panel, but then for everywhere else, all of these panels, just use the wall. Then trying to stuff it all the way up, as far up here as you can get, up through here. It's taking shape. It's a bit funny because some slabs you can fit nicely behind and others you can't. Some have to sit, some are going to have to tape on. But I'm going to get through it a lot faster than I thought. I had 2 full slabs out of a pack of 6, and all we've done is this, and then that one panel up here, and stuffed it through here, and got as much as I can through up there. So I think I'm definitely going to need 2.5, if not 3 packs by the time we've done all of that. And we're going to use PIR board on the ceiling. So yeah, give you an update later, show you how it's going. Forgot to feed some up in this channel. Got to put that in before this big chunk. We can see it behind all these holes, so we know there's a good amount in there. Remember to measure right behind this panel, because there's like a whole hand's worth behind there. Got this bottom section here done. Just a little bit of tape, aluminium tape, mainly because it's all I had, just to help hold it in place for now. Right then, little update on insulation progress. As you'll see, basically all of the driver's side is done. Here, stuffed full in here, all the way up. Use some old conduit to get it into these some of these tight crevices, which is quite effective. Tape 2 together. It's all done. And this was a whole pack of 100mm thick insulation earth wall. Actually, a whole pack apart from that bit. Near enough, a whole pack for one side. We've got more, but surprised at how much it used. Take some time to get it stuffed up here and in here. I mean, I think most people use spray foam for this, but we didn't want to in case we put in too much and it overexpanded, and also it's pretty permanent, so if we ever wanted to change anything around, you're never going to get it out, so that's why we use wool. First thing we're going to be doing today is putting some of this PIR board, 25mm Kingspan board, onto the only remaining panel that we didn't cut out, using stick pins. Basically you just put the stick pins on there, and then you put the pin through it, and then you cap it off with one of these. Stick pins have been getting quite a bad reputation online, people saying that they don't actually stick. My suspicion is that's because people don't actually clean the surface properly before they put the adhesive pin on. So we're going to give it a go, and then if that works, I'll tell everyone what we use to clean the surface with, which we've also used to clean all the other surfaces, prior to painting, sticking, etc. So I'll let you know what that is. as you can see, 25mm is actually plenty thick enough. Like here, if it was 50, you'd be shaving loads of it off just to get it in place. So actually, I think this was the right choice. So just going to clean the surface, get the stick pins out, put the time lapse back on, and stick it on. Wanted to take a break in the time lapse just to show you that these are not going anywhere. I cannot pull that off. The whole van's moving. Same with this one. Same with this one. So I think my theory is correct that people just aren't cleaning the surfaces properly. That's really clean and it sticks perfectly. So as you can see, it's in. I think the stick pins worked really well. There's no squeaking, no movement. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. The only difficult thing about it in a panel this size was getting it perfectly lined back up to how I shaped it before, but otherwise really great, really pleased with that. Had to trim a tiny bit off the edges to stop it squeaking. Had a perfectly sized hammer for bending over the stick pins. Yeah, that was easy. Just to loop back on the cleaning product that I said would go through if it all works well. You can't really tell in this bottle, but what's in here is something called TARDIS, which is made by a company called AutoSmart. They used to be like a trade only supplier and go around on massive vans to car washes, but now you can get it online from eBay and it works perfectly. It's really strong because it's designed to remove like glue and tar from the outside of cars, which is really sticky, and so it cuts through the stuff on the inside really well. Also used it when doing the ceiling to put in the ceiling vent as well, and it stuck. Made a great surface for the primer and the Sikaflex to stick to. So yeah, we'll put a link to it in the description, but it works really well, and the stick pins, they're not going anywhere, they're absolutely stuck. So really pleased with that. Here we have one finished, insulated and vapor sealed door. Very fiddly, especially the bottom, but looks pretty good. First two insulation bits in the ceiling. Stuck down. It's not going anywhere. Stick some tape over that and then it's done. Halfway there. Just before putting the Reflectix on, just glued down a bit of old offcuts of PIR board into the big gaps, especially around the top. There was quite a breeze coming through the corners, so this hopefully stopped some of that, but we will see. Using this impact spray adhesive, it's alright, it's not the best. We would recommend something 3M. This was all I could get my hands on. Just a refresher, this is to help keep the air gap in place, so that then it acts as more as a thermal barrier rather than a vapor barrier. Well, that will obviously act as a bit of a vapor barrier anyway, but I want this to act more as a thermal break. Nearly finished on this particular flare. Just that end bit to tidy up. And see, when you come over here, you can start to get a sense of the extra depth that the side flares created, and I think this has worked quite well to have a bit of an air gap, but without losing the extra width that we were purposely trying to create. The spray glue, very useful when trying to get these edges nice and tight. Just finish up the other end.